I think we have lost the plot on what creativity actually is. And I think as a society, we have flattened down creativity to mean nothing but output and content and monetization and building an audience. And what this way of thinking does is it makes people feel like if they're not producing something or building that audience or making money from their craft, then their creativity doesn't count. And creativity was never meant to be measured that way. And it really wasn't ever meant to be measured at all. I believe that creativity is a spiritual practice, and not necessarily in a religious way, although I do think that it can be that too. But the way that I'm speaking of is the way in which it asks something very specific of you. It asks you to be quiet. It asks you to be still. It asks you to surrender control and to trust a process that you may not always see or fully understand. Now, if you have ever been in a creative flow state, then you have probably experienced a moment where something shifts. And that moment is when you stop thinking and deciding and you just start receiving, almost as if the work is telling you what it wants and you're just the tool making it happen. That within itself is a spiritual experience. People think that in order to create, you need inspiration or motivation or talent. And yeah, those things are helpful, but there is nothing like devotion. Devotion is a choice. Devotion is a conscious decision every single day to show up, even on the ordinary days and even on the hard days. You don't meditate only when you're feeling peaceful, and you don't pray only when you feel extra connected to something that's greater than you. You show up anyway, and creativity works the exact same way. This kind of devotion is a muscle that you have to build and strengthen over time. And you may be wondering, like, how do you build this kind of devotion? Well, when it comes to creativity, in my opinion, you need to stop thinking in projects and start thinking in practices, because projects have an end and practices don't. So for instance, instead of saying, I'm going to write a book today, it becomes every morning, I'm going to write a chapter of a book, or I'm going to write for 30 minutes. Or instead of it being, I'm going to make videos every single week, it becomes every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to sit down and make a video. And by doing it this way, you're not chasing a finish line, you're just showing up. Part of showing up and building this devotion is knowing exactly what helps you reach your most creative state. The environment you create around your work does matter. So for instance, I'm a night owl. I work better at night. And at night, I will set a little mood light on my desk. I'll have a fun little drink. I'll be in my comfortable Hello Kitty chair, or sometimes I'll be snuggled up on the couch with my lap desk. These are the things that help me get settled in. And I don't make them requirements or rituals, but they're just nice to incorporate. With that being said, we don't necessarily want to make a ritual out of it, because the moment that you need the perfect conditions to create, you're handing your creativity over to your circumstances, which we don't want. So just pay attention to what helps you arrive and get into that creative state, and use it when you have it. And when you don't have it, show up anyways. That is the most devotional act. Only you know what is going to get you into your most calm, creative state. Maybe it's nature, maybe it's a playlist, maybe it's complete silence. Whatever it is, make it yours, make it consistent, and protect it. Now, here is the best part about committing to a creative practice. When you show up with devotion and you take out the performance of it all, you start to learn and discover who you actually are. I have learned so much stuff about myself just from creating. I have learned that I am a great writer. I have learned that I have a knack for taking ordinary or mundane things and turning them into great stories. I have learned that I'm really good at coming up with social media content ideas. And I have learned that I love being in front of the camera just as much as I love being behind the scenes. And none of that came from anything other than me just making things. And this is why spirituality and creativity have always been intertwined, because at their core, they are literally asking you for the same thing, which is to know yourself more deeply, to show up honestly, and to offer what's true in you back out into the world. So here is what I want you to do. I want you to go set up your space. I want you to brew your tea. I want you to make that playlist, set up your mood lighting, pick a practice, not a project, and commit to it. because creating is one of the only things, if not the only thing, we as human beings are supposed to be doing. And creating is not separate from your spiritual life. It quite literally is your spiritual life. My name is Drew, and I make videos helping you level up creatively and spiritually. If this video resonated with you, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and let me know what your current creative practice is, and I'll see you in the next one.